Okay, I got a little question for you guys. When it comes to leashing your horse, would you rather a regular fence post or a cave stables? They more or less do the exact same thing, but one is purely functional and the other one is all about form, or as we like to say, style, because style dominates. So check this out. The other day I was riding around on my horse Moonlight here, and I went to hitch it. I was like, you know, it'd be so much cooler if I had a cave where I could keep my horses. So this is what we got. It's nothing crazy. We just got these 3 little slots here. I'm gonna choose this one here at the back because it's a little bit special. It's not only a cave, it's also a secret entrance to this tunnel system that I'm starting here under the mountain. I've already made a start. There's a lot of work to do. It's a giant cavern under here, but I thought that'd be cool. I like adding these little secret entrances into the caves under the mountain. So yeah, that's what we got. Cave stables. It's a new thing. Yo, welcome back to Living in the Minecraft trailer. We're going to be taking a quick break from the mountain because today is all about caves and style. What I'm about to show you is very unstylish, and frankly, I'm a little embarrassed by it. That is my backyard. It is a mess. We got so much random stuff out here. Just things, a model of the mountain, which, you know, I think I'm doing a pretty good job at following. Just like torches everywhere. A horse thing. A horse thing with no horses in it. So how do we make this stylish? Well, I was thinking when it comes to personal style, you know, this is the best that I have. A nicer set of diamond armor here. Could it be better? Absolutely. If we pop on inside my house, upstairs, I have a collection of armor trims. There we go. Beautiful. Look at him. There's so many more that I need to get. So if I have all these armor trims, why do I not have any on my armor? And the answer is that they're all so cool that I can't choose one. And so I've chosen to have none. And that's where this thing here comes in. If I just take my armor off, you've probably seen these before. If you haven't, they're an armor equipping station. One down here is really hard to get. It's like 1 pixel. The way it works is you pretty much just walk in. The pressure plate activates all of the dispensers and it equips your armor, and you walk away looking gorgeous. And so the idea I had is that I want to make a whole collection of really cool pieces of armor and kind of make like a randomized wardrobe system. And then I want to try and stick it in the cave. And I think I want to put the cave over here. So let's go ahead and make a start by cleaning out all of this junk out here. All right, things are looking a lot tidier back here. I've gone ahead and cleaned it up, and I cannot believe it's taken me this long to clean my backyard. That's embarrassing. Right across here is where I want to build this cave, and I know that cave normally implies digging into something. It's kind of like a subtractive building style. I want to try build something that sticks out of the cliff a little bit, you know, like a cave entrance. I guess that's not really that special. It's kind of a normal thing to do. I've gone ahead and gotten some blocks. We got tough, we got terracotta. We're gonna do cyan terracotta, which is not very cyan, and then tough, probably tough bricks. I like how these blocks go together. And as far as cave entrances go, I was thinking something like this. I'm gonna go ahead and build this, and then you'll see what I mean. We got creeper head cave. It's a creeper head and a cave. How cool is that? I love the creeper head design. It's so iconic, and I've wanted one in my world for so long. I thought about doing the hot air balloon, you know, like that was kind of a thing. So to build like a hot air balloon and the creeper face is like the balloon. Maybe you guys have seen that before. If you've built one, let me know. I wanted to have one in my world, and I thought having it as a cave entrance here would be so cool. The tough bricks and the terracotta, the cyan terracotta that's kind of not cyan color. It's like a little bit of contrast, you know? It's a little bit darker. There's a lot of like rocks and debris lying around, broken off. I think it adds a little bit of style to it. But here it is. This is my cave entrance. There's not much of a cave here yet. We got room to expand. But I've started on the side here. I've dug like a little bit of a tunnel that wraps around up to the creeper eyes so we can look out at the world. But yeah, let's drop down. Yep, that's how I wanted to drop down. I've dug out a bunch of the terrain under here because I want to connect this river here all the way to the ocean out there. You can probably just see it through this bridge here. It kind of, the terrain dips down, and I thought, you know what, let's connect the whole thing, turn it into a river, which would then turn this entire base here into an island, technically. But now we got to do the hard part, which is digging out the rest of the cave. I've made a start, and it takes a long time without a beacon. Now I got to go steal another one of my beacons so I can finish this job. I got to stop stealing from myself. It's a bad habit. I be mining, and I have completely eaten through both of my pickaxes, digging out this hole that has not even passed the ground level. Look through this hole here. It's my house out there. Look, we're on the same level. I need to go down way further, so there's still a lot of digging to do, but I did find this hole here at the back. Not entirely safe down there, but this is going to save me a bunch of time when digging out, so that's great. Is this maybe the most over-the-top wardrobe ever designed? Probably yes. So while I get to digging out the rest of that cave, I thought let's just walk through the redstone, or at least the concept for how this wardrobe is actually going to work. So we all know about this guy, right? This is like the default armor equipping station. We looked at it earlier when my backyard was a mess. In all honesty, this technically does everything that I want my wardrobe to do at a very compact level. But the beautiful thing about Redstone is that while it is kind of like a technical tool, it's also a creative tool. And so there's not just one way of doing things. You can experiment and come up with your own ideas, which a couple of years ago is something that I decided to give a try rather than just copying tutorials. Not that there's anything wrong with copying tutorials, but I just wanted to play Minecraft. Turns out it's really hard. And so one of the things that's helped me figure out my own designs is breaking them down into modules. So let's consider this the equipping part of the station, and that is module 1, right? So I need to find a way to have this contained into one module, which should be pretty simple, right? Because these only have 9 slots, I also want like an expanded storage. So rather than having only 9 pieces of armor per slot, so 9 helmets, 9 chest plates, 9 leggings, 9 boots, I want more. So we're going to have expanded storage, which will probably include a bit of a shuffling system. Even though these kind of technically have like a shuffling system built into them, this is shuffling multiple storage units, if that makes sense. I don't know what I'm talking about. I also want like a custom refilling module, so maybe using water streams and hoppers to reload these dispensing stations without having to go into each one individually and place the armor in, especially if I have one under this pressure plate. That's just really hard to get to. So we're going to have our own custom refilling. And then lastly, I want some audible feedback. I want sounds playing each time one of these modules does something, so that whenever I step onto this to activate it, it goes, all right, we're refilling, you know, we're shuffling, we're picking armor, and we're dispensing it. So this is where my head's at. I really hope it works. Back to digging. Alright, that's it. Absolutely no more digging. Digging is banned for the foreseeable future. I will not be touching another block, but here it is. We got now a giant walk-in wardrobe cave. Look at this guy over here. Keeps stealing my blocks. Hey, put it back. I didn't mean to look at you. I didn't. Oh no. Where'd he go? Oh. The sound is so scary. This is for stealing my blocks. But yeah, more or less, this is going to be it. So obviously we're going to build it out a little bit more. But this is my giant walk-in wardrobe. What a flex. So how is this going to work? Right here at the end is where all the magic is going to happen. This is going to be the dispensing station for where my armor comes out. This lamp here is the block that I'm going to stand on. So we need 4 dispensers. Let me check these are dispensers. They are correct. So the idea is we're going to walk in, hit the button, something's going to happen. And that something is redstone. This yellow line, the first module here, sends a signal to each of the dispensers so that they all activate at the same time. This is all probably going to change, but in theory, we now have module 1 completed, which is the armor equipping part. So let's check it actually works. Make sure that we've got all the pieces in place. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of armor. Here we go. That's better. Boom. All right, so that's all working. Good. One thing done. Next up, we have the refill system, which is using hoppers into droppers. Use like a little comparator to take a signal out anytime something goes into the dropper. That powers a piston, pushes some observers, and boom, items start flying out. Perfect. We now got 4 hoppers, 1 for each piece of armor, and these will reload these dispensers here at the end. So let's check they all work. They're not connected to anything yet, but as soon as something is detected in the hopper, it gets shot out the other side. And that'll eventually tie into a big water stream that will go up and over into the system. All right, 2 modules completed. Piece by piece, it's all starting to come together. So once you throw an item into the refill hoppers, it's going to go up a water stream into this like shuffling module. And that's like a cycle. It's just going to loop around and around and around. So I added like another little module that pulls items out of there. It's not that smart, but it does the job. Whoa, we're starting to get some real spaghetti going on now. I love when you just have wires and colors and wool and redstone everywhere. It looks stylish, might I say. But yeah, this is the expanded storage and like armor selection module. It's kind of a nothing, to be honest. But in theory, when we get these water streams hooked up, items will filter in here. So we'll have, you know, like item 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll go down into this sort of like dropper. This is really hard to see. There's kind of like a dropper into hopper little loop here. So these observers will pulse, spin it around a couple of times, and that'll give us our item. Time to finish everything off, adding in the note blocks and sounds, as well as the rest of the water streams. This thing it's so big. It's so chunky. Hey, yo, this is extra large. This is so overkill for a little wardrobe, but we got it in. I think this is pretty much everything. I've gone ahead and loaded some armor pieces into the storage there. As we looked at before, these are the 4 little loading stations. So I'll go ahead and put my armor in there. Actually, let's put it on the hotbar. Helmet goes in there. We should see that go up the water stream, and that'll go around the top. Let's get the pants in and the boots. Now that that's all loaded, all I have to do is press this button to start it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what happens. So press it. What are we gonna get? Alright, we got some gold armor and my OG red pants. Very nice. So if we didn't like this, we can get rid of it. Helmet, shirt, pants, boots. Now, it would be really nice if these were like, you could just throw everything in one hopper, but I couldn't figure out a way to nicely distribute the items because they don't filter because like they're non-stackable. Let's try again though. Let's see what we get. So the whole purpose of this is for fashion, right? If I need dedicated armor to fight mobs, you know, I've got that stored somewhere else. But for my everyday wear, for just looking cool, this is it. I'm going to load it up full of different pieces of armor with different armor trims. And every time I want to change, little change of scenery or little change of outfit, I can come in here, activate this, and boom, new fit drops. Now, I don't know if you could hear the sounds very well, but we've got a couple going on. So that's the first sound you hear. That means it's on. Then the second one you hear, I believe, is this one here, which is like kind of computer sounds, kind of like it's thinking. When the shuffling starts, we get this one here. When it gets to the end here on this last module, which is attaching the armor, plays a little tune from a song you may know. There is still so much to do though. I gotta finish building this entire wardrobe. I didn't dig out this cave for no reason. It's not just this bit at the end. It's this entire room. So, let's get to building. It is done. I could not be happier. I love this so much. I have a giant creeper head in my yard. I think this thing looks so cool. Maybe I should have made it green. As you can see, I've kept the eyes and the mouth really dark. I didn't want it to look like there was something inside it. Yeah, it's sort of just supposed to look like this big scary cave so that when you get closer, it sort of reveals and you're like, oh wait, there's more inside. So yeah, we've stripped away all the torches. It's nice and dark. And when you step through here, this is where the magic happens. Yeah, we've got a bunch of cyan torches around, sort of lighting it up, and they're casting this beautiful blue glow. I've also got some copper. What are they? Copper torches, which also have like a greeny blue glow to them as well. Yeah, this is the wardrobe. What a weird wardrobe. Lining the wardrobe, I want to have sets of armor, and I'm not sure if I want them to be all like one kind, like one's diamond, one's gold, one's iron, or if I want them to be like uniquely decorated, or maybe just have them like all gray leather armor sets. I don't know. Still thinking about that one. We're gonna add 4 more over here though. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And these are just gonna be like visual signifiers for which piece of armor goes where. I didn't want to put that one on. Give it back. And boots. So that should be just an easy reminder. Rather than putting down like a sign or something, I can just go, yep, cool. Helmet's there, chest plate's there, pants. Let's give it a quick press. I think I was standing too far away for the sounds to play, but now the last thing that I need to do for this to be fully functional is to load it up with pieces of armor that I like, which means using up my precious armor trims, which means spinning diamonds, which I don't want to do. Growing up, I loved collecting stickers. Maybe you do too. I loved the idea of stickers. I just wanted to put them on my things. But what did I do? Where did I keep them? They all went into the drawer in my bedroom. I was too scared. I couldn't find the right surface to put them on things, and so I never used them. And I feel like the same way about armor trims. You go to all this effort to collect the armor trims and mine the diamonds, and then when it comes to actually using them, I'm like, oh no, because then I have to go mine more diamonds. But as much as it pains me, it's the right thing to do. You got to use this stuff. There's no point collecting it if you're not going to use it, right? I am now significantly poorer than I was just a little while ago, but at least now I have a whole bunch of really cool pieces of armor. I've added some trims. I've spent some diamonds. My idea is kind of like, if I think something looks cool, I'll kind of make multiple pieces. I'm going to make heaps more, but for now, this is what I've got. I really liked the copper armor with the diamond. Hold up. Copper armor, float armor trim, with diamond as the trim. I think looks good. I was going to make another one, but I changed my mind. I was really into the diamond and green. Just looks like quite aquatic and magical for some reason. Big fan of that. Diamond with quartz, I also think looks really cool. It looks quite icy, so I made a couple of those. This is just the start of my collection as I try and get as poor as possible. But let's go and add these to the wardrobe. All right, here we go. Oh, dude, this place is so cool. I cannot wait to use my wardrobe. Okay, here we go. Helmet. Chest plate, chest plate, chest plate, chest plate. Pants, pants, pants. And boots, boots, boots. I just remembered I've still got all my junk in there that I need to get out. Let's get rid of that, get rid of that. All right, let's give it a go for real now. We're on. Oh. What's it gonna be? No chest plate. I think I screwed something up. Hold up, let's try that again. Sorting. What do we get? Ooh, that looks sick. Okay, okay. I like this. I like this a lot. This is gonna be so sick. Do it again, do it again, do it again. Here we go. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Maybe I'm gonna get stuck in my own wardrobe. I won't be able to leave because I'll just be constantly changing my armor. Oh, the copper looks so cool. I love the gold. I wish gold was more durable. Dude, I gotta go spend all my netherite and get some dark armor in there now. But that is it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm way more stylish, and I have a cave. How good is that? There are so many more things that I need to do. I destroyed the farms that I had here, and I didn't replace them, so I gotta go rebuild those, probably somewhere in the industrial district. I gotta finish the mountain. I gotta update. This is terrible. But those are all jobs for another day. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.